realized that, look, at the end of the day, if I die, everybody, all this hard working, all these people that I'm trying to please, I don't want to make it look like I'm actually not a reporter, to be very honest, but that job was just not for me.
Hi loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nicole. I'm an international student based here in the UK. I'm about faith, education and lifestyle here in the UK. Guys, on this channel, I have a special guest here. Guys, if you know how long I've been thinking and I think I told you right now, okay, let's come to my channel. I wanted to just, share one or two things with my subscribers. And I told her last night that, babe, I wanted to do this video tomorrow, and she agreed. Like, guys, I'm so happy to have her here. She's so sweet. She means a lot to me in this UK. Like, I can't really, express it the way I would like to, but I'm really grateful for the gift of you. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So I want her to introduce herself, right? Just a brief introduction before we talk about what this video is about.
Okay,
Don't be shy.
Okay, my name is Ian. I'm a Nigerian, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm a Nigerian, schooling here and doing a postgraduate here in the University of Stirling. My postgraduate is in media management.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, like she said, we are both students at the University of Stirling. We started our program September 2022, and guys, we are almost done.
Very fast.
Done. Oh my goodness. When I think about it, it feels like, are we seriously done?
It really feels like 3 months.
Yeah, it feels like 3 months because we just started like yesterday, and it's already 7 months already. And by the time we're filming this video, this is June.
This is early June.
This is early June, and we are finishing our program September. So guys, I have this question always coming up in my DM on Instagram about job opportunities here in Stirling. So I'm especially dedicating this video to my subscribers coming to Stirling, and also using this as what's it?
I have a cautionary tale, so it's like warning.
Like UK generally, but also it will benefit people that are going somewhere else in the UK and people that are specifically coming to Stirling, right? So this video is just going to be talking about job experience in the UK, job experience in the UK, and job experience in Stirling.
I think Stirling is like for me, it gives like a picture of what you probably get in any other place that is like Stirling, with the peculiarities that are for Stirling. So for those that don't know, I think maybe I'm sure you have a video somewhere explaining what Stirling looks like. Stirling is a small place, and just a small town in Scotland, and you don't have. So I am a media person, and I worked as a producer and did a bit of operations and business development worked with media startups basically in Lagos before I came here. And Stirling is not about that life. Stirling is not about that life. So definitely there's no job here in Stirling for me. And my thoughts had been around, I'm going to get a job, a remote job, but there's also issues with that. So I think I'm jumping the gun, but essentially this is going to be of benefit to anybody who is even thinking of moving to anywhere, to be honest. Because work is a big part. What's your life outside work? It's Jesus and work, let's be honest.
So this is just to like prepare you on what you should expect. So, a lot of people have the mentality of, oh, I'm coming to the UK, I'll start working, probably you have experiences, and you see people end up getting depressed because what they want is not what they get, right? Oh, I'm coming to the UK, I'll do this job, I'll do this, and then you find yourself waiting for months, for even years.
What do you even say?
For years without, doing that, and it feels like, oh my goodness, why did I come to the UK? I've seen people regret coming to the UK because of their job. Like you'll say, I was doing very well in Nigeria, and now I'm in the UK, I'm not figuring out my life.
Also, just why are you coming to the UK, to be honest? Because the one thing that has not, a lot of things have happened to me in terms of work, but one thing that has not happened to me is should I have moved, because I was extremely certain, physically, spiritually, and everything, that it was time for me to move. I had a very good job. I had 2 good jobs that were paying me in Nigeria, paying me fairly well for me to afford a decent lifestyle in Lagos. But the truth of the matter is, I didn't see where we were going with the country, and it dawned on me that the amount, I think I went to buy goat meat one day, and I was like, and I think the arm or something, it used to be 3,500. Then I went and they said it was 5,000. So I was not like, I think I just asked myself, you know that the money you were earning at the beginning of the year is not the same money that you're earning now. Like, the reality is that money is less. It looks like it's the same amount of money, but it can't buy the same thing. So it's things like that, really. So I think be sure about why you want to come to the UK.
Yeah.
And then what she talked about being realistic. So if you are sure that you want to come to the UK, fine, that's out of the that's done. And I believe if you're watching this video, you're kind of sure, Sha. But
Yes.
but something else is so what is the reality of where I'm thinking about? What's the reality of where I'm going to? I came to Sterling because I had lived in Lagos. It felt like I just wanted a quiet place. I wanted a quiet place, and I underestimated. This is very important. I underestimated how much my work is tied to my understanding of the culture that I live in. Let me explain. So I'm a media person. So I've worked in production, and like I said, I've done a little bit of operations and business development. But majorly, like, the thing that I can wake up and do is production and just storytelling. So the problem with that is that if people are going to employ you into their office, the truth is that I don't know much about. I've been watching movies, but that's a very different thing. I don't know much about storytelling as it relates to the UK. So what they're going to employ me as may not be, it may be like 2 or 3 steps lower. People's experiences are very different.
Yes.
Maybe 2 or 3 steps lower, or maybe a different version of what it is what I was doing. So I may not be able to be doing production. I may have to do account management for a company. But even that account management, they'll still ask you for agency experience, which I don't have, to be honest. But I've had experiences with job interviews where they've said, "Oh, I picked your CV because I noticed that you've done different things." And then, of course, obviously, when they find out that you're a student, they'll be like,
yeah, that's the big challenge here. Because as a student, you find it difficult to get some jobs you really want to get, because they'll tell you they want a full-time person and not a student. So I feel that's why most students, if not all of us, like, we always have to settle with some survival job, because that is what we call it. Just to do it for a while you try to, like, get what you really want to get at the end of the day. But something I would like to encourage us, like, we should not be discouraged, because sometimes it can really be frustrating when you're doing something opposite what you really want to do.
When you're doing something that is not in the same, it's not just that it's not in the same company, it's not from the same country as what you do. You understand? So I listened to a podcast recently, and they're talking about adaptability. There's so many things that are coming to my head, but here's the thing. I think if you're going to make such a big life decision, you should also be ready to adapt. And adapting does not have to mean that you are going to do a job that is menial. There are people with different stories of how they came here and they got. To be very fair, the first few weeks when I came, I was still working with the company that I was with in Nigeria. I used my own hand to resign in February, but before that time I had like a job offer. I don't think I've even told you about it. It wasn't. I don't know whether to call it a job offer, but on the first day of work.
In Sterling?
No, not in Sterling. It was in London. I went to London for the job interview, and it was basically video editing. And on the first day of work, it clashed with my work in Nigeria. And it clashed in such a major way that the thing that I was doing in Nigeria could not wait. And obviously, you have like specific tasks to do. At some point, my brain just shut off. So it was a terrible thing. But my point, and I'm saying this to just say that balance your life. That happened. So my point is, there are people who have the experiences. If I didn't have that experience where my work, the two things clashed, I would probably still have that job now. And the job was paying 150 a day. So if I worked for 2 days, 10 hours. So if I worked, that's 15, and that's blood money, to be honest. Because £10.50, people are doing it now with joy, with a lot of stress. So there are definitely people who are doing good jobs. But in case you can't get that good job, just adapt, and adapt quickly. Adapt quickly, because you have to pay the rent.
But you know, we are different. People are different. The way we can adapt, the way you can adapt will be different from how I can do that, right? So you have to study yourself, because it can really
I'm the worst. You know how long it took me to even start raising my hands. So
it's a lot. And like, this is just to prepare you. Like, this is what you are coming to meet. If you are coming to stay there, even everywhere else, because it is everywhere. You hear people say there's no job, or this is the job I want to do, but they're not giving me the job.
There's so many people who aren't doing what they would want to do. That's definitely for sure. And please don't lose hope. Don't lose hope at all. I know someone who is also in media, who is doing he cleans, but he also does work on is it Fiverr they call it, one of these remote job sites. So one of Upwork, the other one, he does things there. He does video editing there as well. So it's just like, people are just trying their best to do different things. But I didn't come here with the mindset that I was going to be doing what I'm doing now. I definitely did not. But I had to adapt. And even inside that adaptation, let's just be clear, I'm not contained. Like, I'm every single day reminding myself that this nonsense has to stop. It's not nonsense. But yeah, I'm constantly reminding myself that this is not what I want to do. And so I'm making efforts to learn what I'm supposed to learn, to make myself viable.
Which is very important. Yeah. Don't say because you got a job, you are sleeping on it, and you're not researching and taking more certifications that will be, good for you. So, and I feel that's what has affected a lot of people. Some people come from Nigeria and they have good qualifications, but because they need a job, they start to do warehouse jobs, and they forget. They forget like the main thing they really want to do, and they're so engrossed with what they are doing, going every day, and they just get distracted. So it's easy to get distracted. But when you are determined, please try as much as possible not to forget the main goal. Like, don't forget it. So I think we should narrow it down now to job opportunities in Sterling. Like, what are the jobs people do? What are the jobs we find in Sterling? Before we talk about that, about you not so happy about the expectations of job here. I think it's different for me, because I had this mindset of, when I was coming to the UK, I knew the kind of jobs that were available. So the thing that I already kind of like prepared myself for it, even though I know this is not something I want to do for a very long time. So which also helped me a bit in adjusting really quick. But truthfully, if it's not something you like, you find it really difficult to adapt and adjust.
Any job that you don't like.
Any job.
Honestly.
Any job. I remember I made a video on my YouTube channel talking about how a job here in the UK made me have dislocation. Wow, I had dislocation because of a job, which is warehouse job. You need to watch it. You've not seen the video. So I spoke about it on my channel, and I'm like, see, if you cannot do it, please don't
die. So let me even share. So that first period. Sorry. That first time when I came here, you were working now. I was like, even if I have my Nigerian job, let me just, let me also. Were you not the one that directed me to that?
Yes, now.
So, can I say the job that it was a warehouse job. So I was like, no, I can't be I'm not a lazy person. This thing I'm telling you, I'm doing a full-time job in Nigeria. Boss knows that I've moved, so he's a little bit considerate. But in my head, like, I'm carrying a lot of responsibility. So I then decided, let me go and do it. What's there? I did the first day, came back, did the second day. I think
the first day, did you finish?
I finished the first day.
So when did you leave?
I think it's the third day. I collected salary once now.
Okay.
So I think it was the third day. So on my way, the first red flag was that I was listening to a sermon, and the pastor in my church was just talking about, what is your problem? Why are you doing as if God cannot take care of you?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, please understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying you should be lazy or anything. But that job, look, let me tell you, that job was not for me. She said she had dislocation.
It was, the job it's not so good, especially for ladies. Plus, it was even during winter.
That's the issue.
When we were experiencing
We got
minus.
there. And another thing is, we're not that used to this weather at that time. We were not that used to the UK weather at that time.
We knew. Yeah.
So I then said, we got to the place by 7. Almost by 8, I knew that I wasn't going to make it. I was the cold. I wasn't feeling my hands anymore. I was wearing gloves and everything. I wasn't feeling my hands anymore. But everybody, see, let me tell you, don't allow people to put pressure on you. Everybody's actually minding their business. They're not doing it because they are trying to make you see that they're hardworking. No, they have their own issues. They have their own personal business. So everybody, they were all working. And I was like, these are all Nigerians. These are Nigerians that just came in September.
You know, one that just tell you that I heard that they said one lady left down in front of me. Who's the person? I heard that was your Jesus.
I'm the person. So when it was 9, so they used to have break by, is it 9:30 or something?
9:10.
9
o'clock, 9:10.
And I told your man, auntie, I'm not feeling well. Because I could see that I was going to fall sick. The place was like 3 degrees. Then, no, now.
You're not even minus.
I know that at some point it was 3 because at some point I had to go and check and it was 3.
Okay.
And the place is not, like, it's not. So here, your walls, like, the warehouse, you don't have any form of heating.
It was bad.
I didn't say that.
Where you are working safe is more cold than the outside.
Do you understand? Yeah.
It was really bad.
I didn't realize that, look, at the end of the day, if I die, everybody, all this hard working, all these people that I'm trying to please, I don't want to make it look like I'm actually not a Jibota, to be very honest. But that job was just not for me. I'm not a lazy person, but that job was not for me.
So please, if you know you can help, please, see, don't do it. See, God listens. Like, talk to your father. He hears. You know, I told you about people that they'll be like, oh, they cannot do this job, and they never did it. Yeah, like they never. That's not. Maybe God just wanted to humble me, because that hasn't been my experience. But it doesn't take away from the fact that God listens to me, and I've seen the different ways that God has come through for me. Yes. So don't. Yeah, please, I'll quickly chip in something. Don't say because you are doing something at a particular point in time that God is not listening to you.
Yeah.
No. But God is just taking you through a process, and He wants you to like know 1 or 2 things, right? That warehouse job. Now they are chasing us. Are we available? We fast that level.
I'm not available.
Fast that level.
Look, let me tell you. I don't know how to explain it. The thing is, especially if you're somebody. So again, I was like, I don't want to look like that one person who is already. Everybody has started working, and I wasn't working. I was still doing my Nigerian job. And let's be honest, that Nigerian job, it was paying you well when I was in Nigeria. When I convert that money to pounds with black market money, it's mad. It's not enough for anything. So I was not like, I need to be doing something. Don't put unnecessary pressure on yourself, but also don't allow it to be because I don't know. There's unhealthy pride. There's unhealthy. There are people that are like, how can I be doing this? But you're owing rent. Do you understand? Don't put yourself in danger. By God's grace, your only options will not be putting your life in danger. Do you understand? By God's grace, that's not going to be your only option. There will be other things that you can do. And also, and very important, meet people, ask people what's going on. You'll be shocked to find that there are people that are doing things that are not as stressful, things that are not as. So when you come in here, mix up with people, mix up with Nigerians,
very, very
mix up with people from other countries, mix up with Indians. Indians.
Yes.
Because they are major, like here in Sterling, among the student population, they are very many.
Even in the UK, not just Sterling.
Do you get
it?
So
your
your
population is even more than we Nigerians, but we're the loud one.
We don't have control over our mouths. And we are not even saying it in pidgin. If we're saying it in pidgin, then we know that okay, it go take before they understand. We're just blah 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 blah. But yeah, mix up with people, ask questions. But sorry, if I can just mention one thing that has recently, like, it dawned on me recently.
Okay.
So when I was making a decision, back to the decision about where to school, I chose Sterling because I wanted a school that, like I said, I wanted peace. I had lived in Lagos, and Lagos was killing me. The noise was bad. So I wanted a place that was very quiet, and so I made the decision to come here. But I also had the option of 2 schools. My friend made a switch from a school in Aberdeen to a school in Manchester.
Really?
He made it at the time when he made that change. I went to that school and checked. The school fees was less than University of Stirling. I now checked the ranking. The ranking was low.
No, okay.
So I decided that I would do University of Stirling, which costs more. But then, come to find out when I went to Manchester recently, that school that I said the ranking is low is located in Media City in Manchester. And Media City has ITV, it has BBC. I think Coronation Station Studio is somewhere around there. My point is, if I had gone to that school, first of all, in Manchester, there are jobs for you to do.
Yeah.
It's not like Sterling. I would have had a community because my friend is there, and I found out that I have like 2 other, not friends, but acquaintances in Manchester. At least people to just start saying hello to. I may be staying inside my room, but I'll just know that, oh, there's somebody here. Maybe one day, I may never visit them, but I will know that there's somebody in the town. And believe it or not, it counts for something. It counts for you not feeling too lonely. Let it be that the problem is that you are lazy to stand up and go and meet these people. So I would have had a community in Manchester. I would have had a job. I would have had, without media job, I would have just had another kind of job that would probably prefer to what I'm doing now. And more importantly, the school is the school media, the media like department or whatever of the school is located inside. Like the neighbors are Salford, University of Salford. The neighbors are the Media City has ITV, BBC. It has like very good media organizations. So what is University of Stirling ranking going to do for me now?
Food for thought.
So yeah,
guys.
But I don't regret it. I guess God had, because I didn't feel like maybe if I had calmed down, I would have made a better decision. But my point is, think very carefully.
Yeah, before you make something.
But Sterling is a nice place. So. Peace of mind.
It's a very cool place, you know. It's like, I do say something like, it's a place to actually raise a family if you're trying to raise your kids here, to settle down. But the only concern is the job opportunities there. But trust me, no matter how much we're saying, you know, there are no jobs, you work in Sterling, I work in Sterling, we're still able to get a job. But in terms of getting varieties and options of choosing which career paths, like, I feel you are actually limited here in Sterling, right? So I would advise people coming to University of Sterling, it's your choice. You can always, you know, do this, and you can as well just choose whatever you want to, because at the end of the day, it's you, right? So you can just, you know, live in other cities like Edinburgh, you can live in Glasgow. There are big cities, like they are the main cities here in Scotland, and you find different job opportunities. There are people who travel from Glasgow to Sterling. Plus, you're only coming to school like twice a week or 3 times a week. It's not like you're coming to school every day.
Yeah. So, to be honest, when you wait, and I don't know about any other person, me, I value, again, I may be inside my house the whole time. But I want to know that I'm inside my house because I want to be inside my house. Not because there's actually no place to go to. And here inside this Sterling, let's be very frank. Except you are into walking, which as a Nigerian, trekking is not something that I enjoy. But I've had to go on walks. I've gone on walks and walks and walks and walks and walks. But it's not something that I enjoy. And to be very honest, I would rather just go to like a comedy club. I would rather just go to...
you find so many places like that in Glasgow.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I went to Edinburgh, I was like,
City.
Wow.
When I went to Manchester, I was like, this is it. I was seeing people were sunbathing. It was so nice. It was like Lagos, but it's not mad. It's like people doing life. And I was like,
So it's all your choice along the line. If you want someone really cool, you can stay in Sterling, and trust me, you get your job if you apply. And if not, you can live somewhere else like Glasgow, Edinburgh. And the funny thing Dundee, yeah, because I stay in Dundee. And the funny thing is, even accommodation in Sterling is not cheap. So if you're thinking because it's a small city that your accommodation will be cheap, my dear, you're just joking. Because accommodation here in Sterling is expensive, and then you find accommodation, even though Glasgow is a big city, by the big city, you still find some accommodations that are cheaper than even Sterling here. So there are things you should actually put into consideration, and not just for your schooling period, but think about after school. Are you in a city where you would like to actually settle down, like city where you want to live? Because especially when you're coming in with your kids, which I don't think will be possible. It's not even about, I don't think, from January you can't. Like, if you're coming in September, right, and you're looking for a place where your kids will stay, will you want to be in a place where, when we leave, we have to start looking for school for our children, we're having to start changing, environment and all of those. So those are things you should put into consideration. If you're planning to come into Sterling in September, now you know about the job opportunities and you know what to do. And about accommodation, you know what to do, right? So is there anything else really I'm not saying?
I don't know, things are flying in and out of my head, but I think just in general, be informed, have a mindset that is, you should be able to adapt, pray, especially if you're a Christian, pray, seek the face of God, and I think also prepare your mind for if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to die, because that's the truth. I had anxiety when I came here. There was a time I thought that I was going to die. I had to go to hospital. They did ECG.
Really?
Yeah, because I was emotionally stressed. Like, again, it's the thing about working in Nigeria and schooling, and a lot of things just affected me in around December. Like, everything just came together in that November-December period. But as we reach January, now we decided that I'm going to be alive. And if I'm going to do this life, we have to do it well. We have to have a good perspective towards everything, and we have to trust that God is walking us through a process, and He's faithful enough to. I don't know if you talk about God on my channel.
Why not? Sorry. Yes, my channel is faith, relocation, and please talk about it.
So basically, I had to trust. So that's, for me, that's the journey that I'm in. Also, let's stop doing as if we're the first set of people, because at the end of the day, you're literally uprooting yourself from where you used to be, and you're going to start another life somewhere else. I started my life somewhere else before. I was staying in Akwa Ibom. I moved to Lagos. I started from scratch, and then I don't know what's wrong with me. I now decided that I want to move to the UK. So it was in a way, it's like, auntie, calm down. Fine. I wish I got like a very good job when I came here, but if I didn't get it, let's also look at the fact that there are things God has done for me before. So I know that this thing is going somewhere. Do you get?
Be ready to start.
Have that, yeah. Have a mindset that understands that. Okay, you know what? I'll be okay. You see, this September, they said that Nigerians have to go back to Nigeria. To be very, I mean, obviously that's not what I want, but to be very honest, I'll be okay.
Yes. Like, let's have that mentality. Let's go to that level that I'm going to be fine. Yeah. And don't say because you're coming from somewhere where you had 20 years experience, you just want to like get to that level immediately. You have to start off from somewhere. So you have to be ready to start afresh. That's why I feel it's better for people that are not married, especially even people that are married but without kids, to like adjust. And
I think the people who really like win in this thing is couples. Like, people are married but you don't have children yet. So when you move here, your wife can afford to. So let's say the husband is the one who is going to school. Your wife can afford to find a full-time job and just start. Because then it's now a question of, are there jobs in my industry? And if there are jobs in my industry, let's go find the jobs. What certifications do I have to do? And she can come down and do those certifications. She'll still be doing like whatever kind of jobs she sees. But my point is, and she can even start applying for those jobs from Nigeria, and she understands that she can work full time. Because that's the thing. Let's be honest, it's not like there are no jobs. It's not like there are no jobs. It's that no jobs that are looking for. They're not no jobs, but there are less jobs looking for people who are part-time. Sometimes you even see part-time, they say 35 hours. See, I've lived on LinkedIn. No, I've lived on LinkedIn. The last 2 jobs that I got were on LinkedIn. I get my jobs from LinkedIn. The last 2 jobs I got in Nigeria were from LinkedIn. The one before that was on Facebook. Social media gives me jobs, but I'm telling you that there are times when it's not that easy. I really and honestly, I don't pray that anybody will go through the kind of stress that I've gone through or that she has gone through or any other person has gone through. Because let's be honest, if you all make money, that's why I'm saying Nigerians are very rich people. It's sweeter. It's a sweeter story, to be honest. And at that time, me too, I would have had money, so we'll be like, yeah, we're rich. Nobody will remember that we were stressing ourselves all over the place. But if that's not your experience, I think ask yourself what it is that God wants you to learn through this experience and learn it.
True, which is very important. Like, let God lead you. Like, I'm always so big on that. Like, it's not just about you, the experience God wants you to learn from this.
So that you know, and if you don't learn from that, you see this life, if you don't learn things that you're supposed to learn, you learn it in front.
You still come back and learn it.
That's the truth.
That's it. Why not just learn it once and for all and move on with your life? So I think we have come to the end of this video. So I hope you learned a thing or two. If you're coming to Sterling September, congratulations on your admission, and I hope you get your class already. We can't wait to have you here in Sterling. That's it, we're still head out.
Bros, sis, I'm not gonna be here by God's grace. And it doesn't mean that it's a bad town. I really need to say that it's not a bad town. It's just not for me because of the kind of things that I prefer, because of the kind of person that I am. Like I said, I can stay in my house for 7 days, inside my room for 7 days. I don't need a place that is already that's already telling me to stay inside my house for 7 days. So it's honestly and sincerely not a bad place. And it's small. You can walk to the city center from so it's really not a bad place. But me, I will not be here.
I'll be in Dundee, but who knows? God's will. Right.
And that is that if I have correct money, brethren, if I have job now, they say the job is somewhere that is not even in the UK, where you are just settled down here, you will see me in Sterling. If I have a job that I can be traveling all everywhere, you think, oh, I'll stay here.
So that's it, guys. We just told you about job experience in Sterling and in the UK generally. So guys, if you're not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Thank you so much for coming to this channel. It was really nice having you here. Thank you for, telling us a lot of things, because I really learned a lot from what you said, and I'm sure my subscribers also learned a thing too, right? So we hope to have you again on this channel soon. Okay. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Till I come your way again, please stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.